trick. 5:59 the time. The genuine hat trick.
That's right.
He scored all 3 of Canada's goals
in a row, which is a true hat trick. Gretzky and Messier draw the assist. Another power play goal.
3-1 Canada. A very costly penalty there to Rod Langway and Team USA. Back comes Brent Sutter shooting it in. He's out there with Claude Lemieux and Gartner. Puck knocked into center ice and hustling back to get it is Rochefort over to Crossman. Canada trailed at one time 1-0, but now they've scored 3 in a row, all by Lemieux. Chelios back for Team USA. Chris Chelios and the Montreal Canadiens, number 24. Tried to center, knocked away by Crossman. Held in, Suter, they score! Corey Millen deflecting it in. And Team USA is right back in the thick of things.
That looked like a pinball shot. Looked like it went off a couple of legs, and Millen just cruising around in front of the net, but it's Suter, number 20, who lets the shot go. It's cleared back towards the point. There it comes. That's Chelios letting the pass go back. Now the quick shot off one leg and into the net. Corey Millen will get credit. I imagine it'll be Suter and Chelios with the assists on the play. Now watch in front of the net. As it's just deflected, not much Fuhr can do at all, and it's deflected downwards between his legs.
From Duluth, Minnesota, Corey Millen from the United States Olympic team, scoring on a deflection to cut the Canada lead down. Now here's Gretzky, moves in, shoots, shot wide. Tocchet just missed on the deflection. And back comes Team USA. Kelly Miller getting it into center ice. Presley fires it in. LaFontaine tipping it into the corner. Presley taken out by Tocchet. And Bourque comes up with it. Clearing it out, and here's a long pass to Gretzky. Overskates it, Tocchet picks it up. Tocchet trying to flip it through. Into the corner for Gretzky. Tries to center to Goulet. He's knocked down. And Fraser cleared it out for Team USA. Ahead to Presley. Knocked away by Team Canada's defenseman Crossman, and then Gretzky flips it in. That's Bob Brook back to get it. Anderson hammered him. Now Goulet in the slot. Had his shot blocked as Gretzky set him up. Here's Anderson to Gretzky. Back to Crossman. Scooped it in front, hit Anderson with it. Then two Team USA players bump into each other, and Canada gets possession. Norman Rochefort shooting it in. Back to get it, Langway. Flip to center, Crossman there defensively to break it up. Tried to feed Messier, he didn't see it, and Brook, number 13, from the Minnesota North Stars, has it for Team USA. To Langway. Now to Chris Nyland. Nyland back on the ice after serving a 10-minute misconduct. Team Canada leading 3-2. And here's Ray Bourque to Messier, firing it in. Claude Lemieux hustles in. Here's Claude Lemieux, put it in front. Messier was open, panned on it. Lemieux a shot, another one, he shot wide. Hard work by Claude Lemieux almost paid off. Here's Lemieux again. Now Hawerchuk. And it's taken by Olczyk and cleared out for Team USA. Larry Murphy for Canada back to get it. 11 minutes left in the third period. 3-2 Canada. Here's Messier. Offside goes Canada at Team USA's blue line. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
World-class tournaments. There's a World Championship. There's the World Junior Tournament in '79. A couple of Canada Cups. He's won the scoring championship in all 4 against the so-called greatest players in the world. So I don't think there's any doubt who ranks #1 in the world right now. I don't know who will argue that point even.
Here's Team USA moving in. Chance for Carpenter. Carpenter put it right through the crease with a neat move. Now Mario Lemieux. Couldn't get anywhere this time. Chelios there defensively. Feeding it to Joel Otto. Otto checked by Mario Lemieux. He lost it, and Olczyk comes back to Carpenter, leaving it for Otto. And Crossman there to break that up. Canada able to clear it out as Gartner shoots it down the ice. Chelios going back to touch it. That's icing against Team Canada. 10-13 left in the third period.
Well, it's Chris Chelios, who is looking for a big contract from the Montreal Canadiens. I don't know whether he's going to get it or not. Apparently, his agent presented Serge Savard, who was, of course, here in Hamilton, with a proposal for a 7-year contract and an option. He's not going to get it. I can guarantee you that from the Montreal Canadiens, because Canadiens aren't in the habit of giving even Guy Lafleur that kind of a contract, or Larry Robinson. But I suppose it's an interesting opening foray in the contract negotiation battle that generally goes on this time of the year.
By the way, a sellout crowd here tonight, 17,026 here at the Copps Coliseum. Here's Hatcher for Team USA, flipping it in front, knocked away, and Tocchet for Canada fires it out of there into center ice. Langway loses. Here's Tocchet with Messier and Gretzky, but they go offside. Gretzky, or at least Messier, in ahead of the play at Team USA's blue line.
3 times that man has had a 100-point season. First All-Star in '82 and '83. He's a great player. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
9:55 left. Gretzky, Goulet, and Tocchet, the Team Canada line, out against LaFontaine, Miller, and Presley. Hartsburg at Team Canada's blue line, knocks it to Tocchet, now to Gretzky. Gretzky fires it in. Michel Goulet, number 16. Cleared it. Langway is there for Team USA. Lost it. Here's Gretzky cutting in. Drops it back. Goulet stopped by Van Beesbroek. Gretzky had a chance to shoot. Passed it off.
Threw it right into his skates. It was a little difficult to handle for Goulet.
Here's a loose puck in Team Canada's end. Goulet feeding it to Tocchet. Pass behind him. Back comes Presley. Presley knocking it into the corner. Taken out by Coffey. Now LaFontaine with the puck. Pat LaFontaine centered. Big slap shot by Housley. Went off a stick wide of the net, and back comes Canada with Hartsburg firing it in. Gretzky in to get it. Gives it to Howard Chuck. Over to pick it up is Mike Ramsey. And as he tried to clear it around, he cleared it over the glass. 3-2, Canada leading. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
It's out deep in the USA zone. Still trying to settle on lines here, Dan, and they're not coming together very well. Or didn't Mike Keenan?
Here's Suter. Off into the corner to Chelios. Back to Gary Suter. Up the middle to Joel Otto. Otto, another of the Calgary Flames, upended by Murphy, and Murphy's going to get a penalty here. And Team USA will have a power play chance with 8.5 minutes left. Larry Murphy from the Washington Capitals to the penalty box. And they're going to call it holding.
Well, they put a little bit of a hold on this man as he was going in deep. Get a chance to look at it. You be the judge.
Canada's penalty number 8, Larry Murphy.
A little grasp there on the arm. Come down, so Murphy goes off, and now a chance for the USA to try and tie this one up on the power play.
They still have not had a power play goal in the Canada Cup tournament.
Well, and it's getting well into the tournament as well. They were 0 for 8. I think it's 0 for 10 now. And again, this team, they're trying to organize things. And you take a look at the people that they put out on the power play, and Pat LaFontaine is perhaps their best offensive player. You know, you need a Joey Mullen in a situation like that. Joey not available. But this kid has sure come on.
They're going to have LaFontaine, Olczyk, and Presley up front. Mark Johnson will be a point man along with Chelios. Already on the face-off, deep in the Team Canada zone, Brent Sutter and LaFontaine, a couple of Islander teammates, will battle for it. And it comes to Mark Johnson. Off the boards to LaFontaine. Team USA trailing by a goal and with the man advantage. LaFontaine back on the point. Good play by Brent Sutter. And Sutter breaks away with Messier. Sutter shoots one. Van Beesbroek a glove save. And with Messier bearing down, John Van Beesbroek held it.
Perfect positioning for Brent Sutter to intercept that pass. He just kind of stripped the whole play. Watch number 21. Well, this is right after he'd intercepted it. He's on his way back down the ice. He got the defense caught a little bit. That riser at Van Beesbrook got the big glove hand up on it. Tough shot. That's a good save. Looks better on that angle. It was labeled. It could have handcuffed the goaltender. John Van Beesbrook, quite a story. He played at the Sioux in junior hockey after coming out of Detroit. Wasn't even the #1 goaltender up in the Sioux. He's come on to become Vezina Trophy winner and one of the best goaltenders in the National Hockey League.
Canada still shorthanded. Crossman clearing it away. Here's Housley. Off the boards for Carpenter. He's taken out of the play. And now Millen giving it to Carpenter. Around for Joe Olato. He missed it. Housley into Otto in the corner. Back to Housley. Housley fakes the shot. Gives it to Suter. Drive deflected. Fuhr the save. Suter again. Into Millen. Back to Suter. Suter trying to feed it in front. Gets it to Millen. A minute left in the penalty. Back to Suter. Housley shoots. Deflected just wide. Suter behind the net to Millen. Fuhr cleared it away. Now Otto to Millen. In front to Suter. Save. Another save on Otto by Fuhr. And it may have gone off the goaltender and then the post. I'm not sure.
I think it was. And Gardner, through all of that sequence, was playing without a stick.
Here's LaFontaine firing it in. 30 seconds left in the penalty. And going back is Housley. 20 seconds left in the penalty as LaFontaine stick handles through. Fires it in. Olczyk in to get it. Lets it go. And Brian Propp has it for Canada. Feeds Paul Coffey. Coffey just dumps it in. And that will finish the rest of the penalty to Murphy. Murphy's back on. 6:28 left. 3-2 Canada. Langway firing it in. Fuhr out of the net to fire it up on the boards. Langway held it in, but now here's Claude Lemieux to Mario Lemieux. Cutting in. Centered. Good defensive play by Hatcher to break up a 2-on-1. Now Goulet behind the net. Goulet was the man that was open in front of the net, but the good play by Hatcher, and the puck never got there. Here's Mario Lemieux, who scored all 3 of Team Canada's goals. Long pass. Goulet going in to get it. Lets it go, and Chris Nyland, number 30, back for Team USA. Trying to leave it for Brook. Brook centering pass. Nyland in the corner. Battling, gets it back to Brook. Gretzky has Brook tied up. Brook slides it in behind the goal, and Rochefort takes over for Team Canada. Now Brook dropping it back outside the line. Mike Ramsey carried it back in offside. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
There's big 6'4" Joel Otto, the Calgary centerman, who had a great chance on the power play. Watch him now. He's big enough to get right in there. He works his way in front. Got the puck coming in and then banged it off Fuhr and then off the post and then headed for the bench. And as he came to the bench, I'm afraid our friend Mr. Keisler has kind of gotten in the way of the train.
Teams at full strength. 5:25 left as Chelios fires low and just wide. Coffey trying to clear it. Bouncing puck. Millen trying to center. Now Gretzky breaks up. Gretzky to Tocchet. In across the line for Canada. They flyer combination. Propp trying to get it to Tocchet, but it's off the mark, and now Propp drops it back into center ice. Hartsburg flips it back in, and Chelios is there to get it. Chelios for Team USA to Suter. And then as soon as Tocchet touched the puck, the play is called on a delayed offside. In international hockey, you don't put yourself back onside like we've seen in the NHL in recent years.
As Rick Tocchet, I think he's settled in on the Gretzky line. They're just having trouble getting the other winger for Gretzky. I think the best line that probably Gretzky has ever played on was the line he had in the 1981 Canada Cup. A fellow named Lafleur played one wing, and a fellow named Perreault played the other wing. And against the United States in that tournament, Canada won 8-1, and the line had a total of 9 points. And then Perreault got hurt in the game against Sweden, and I think that probably more than anything cost Canada the Canada Cup in 1981. Well, I tell you, Lafleur, Perreault, and Gretzky.
Less than 5 minutes to play in the third period. 4:40 to be specific. Here's Larry Murphy. Now getting it to Glenn Anderson. Number 9, Anderson trying to go around Langway. Leaves it for Howardchuk. Hatcher has him tied up, and Langway's there to get the loose puck. Carpenter able to deflect it into center ice. Picks it up, this Carpenter, to Olchek. Olchek moved in, but was checked, and it's fired back out by Bourque. Langway passing it off the boards. Olchek loses. Here's Messier moving in. He's taken out of the play, and Hatcher has it, moves it into center ice to Olchek. Olchek trying to center, and a sliding defensive play by Murphy to break it up. Murphy and Miller fight for it, and Murphy gets it to Bourque. Ray Bourque from the Boston Bruins to Larry Murphy. Into center ice. Howardchuk chipping it down near the line. Housley intercepts to LaFontaine. Back to Housley, but tipped away by Canada. Brent Sutter after a loose puck. Mike Ramsey knocked it away. Now it's Gartner. Housley breaks that up and drops it to Mike Ramsey. These two defensemen teamed up together from the Buffalo Sabres. Ramsey shooting it in. Now Canada drop it back of the net, and Doug Crossman off the boards. Here's Canada with Sutter breaking out. Sutter trying to go around Housley. Brent Sutter passes it across. Gartner in the slot. Center to Propp. Shot. Big save, Van Beesbrook on Brian Propp, right on the doorstep. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
Starting to see the odd play start to click now, and here we're going to get a chance. This was just a complete miscommunication in here. That is Gartner feeding it in front, and Propp was right there. Got the first look. Couldn't get the second whack at it as the defenseman slid across in front.
Mario Lemieux, Claude Lemieux, and Goulet out there for Team Canada. Claude Lemieux on the boards, trying to get away from Suter, gets knocked down. Brook comes up with it, drops it to Chelios. Less than 3 minutes to play here in the third period. Here's Brook shooting it in. Crossman back after it. Mario Lemieux to Michel Goulet. Goulet centered to Mario Lemieux. Brook was there to knock it away. Chelios for Team USA. They're trailing by a goal. Now to Suter. Claude Lemieux there to intercept. Back comes Claude Lemieux. Stick handling in. Suter took him out. And Fraser feeds it into center ice. Here's Suter, number 20. Shoots one up high, and now back of the play. A penalty called. I think penalties against each team.
Well, I think Bob Brook upended Mario Lemieux coming through center ice. That is a penalty. We're going to have to see it here, but this will be a disastrous penalty with 2:16 remaining. But we'll see. There's just one gate open, so I think here it comes now. It's coming through center ice. You can see Lemieux go flying. And Bob Brook is going to be heading for the penalty box. Let's take a look at it. There it is, and I think he just gave a little extra to that. I'll tell you that Mario Lemieux does it all, doesn't he?
Costly penalty with 2:15 left, or 2:16 left.
Now on the Bill Barber scale of things, what do we give that, a 5-9?
Bob Johnson doesn't give it much.
Now it comes at 17:44. Brook goes off for tripping. Canada's on the power play again, leading by a goal. As I say, a disastrous time for something like this to happen for Team USA.
Gretzky comes over the boards. So does Messier. Mario Lemieux stays out there. So it'll be Messier, Gretzky, and Lemieux up front. Bourque and Coffey the point men.
I give Keisler, the referee, full marks for keeping this game under control, but he missed a call on the first goal of the game on a hook, and I think kind of missed it right there on that play as well. But basically, it's not so bad as international refereeing goes.
As international refereeing goes.
That's right.
That's well said. Here comes Coffey moving in. Centered. Wide open. Messier rolled off his stick. Lemieux to Gretzky. Big save, Van Beesbrook. And back comes Otto to Hatcher. Stolen by Gretzky. Gretzky moving in, but it's offside at Team USA's blue line. 1:48 remaining. Gretzky starting to round into form as this tournament goes along.
Well, the other guy isn't doing too bad a job either. You get the two of them out on the ice, they can move it around a little bit, or the old terminology, they can dangle. Well, there's Coffey. There's the puck in the corner. Now here comes Lemieux after it. That was a chance there for Messier directly in front.
He made a move and the puck rolled off his stick.
And then a little later on, that was Lemieux and Gretzky. Canada has opened up the shots on goal here, 13-6 in this period. So they're going to get well over 40 on goaltender Van Beesbrook.
3-2, Canada leading. 1:48 remaining. Remember, no overtime. If it's tied, it just goes into the book as a tie. Canada on a power play. 1:32 left in Brooks' penalty. 1:48 left in the game. Coffey and Bourque, the point men. Now they drop it to Messier. Mark Messier from the Edmonton Oilers, the Stanley Cup champions. Feeding it to Bourque. He dumps it in. Fired back out. Messier taking over. Messier carried in with a couple of teammates, namely Lemieux and Gretzky, trapped in the zone offside. We're down to 1:23 left.
I would like to say something about the way the United States has come along over the years. I think that the 1980 Olympics were probably the watershed mark as far as U.S. hockey was concerned. We look back at the very first Canada Cup, which was 1976. They had to rely on some veteran-type pros like Joe Norris and Dan Bolduc and Warren Williams and Harvey Bennett, Cap Rader, and a defenseman named Lou Nanne, Doug Palazzari, and Alan Hangslave. And those are the names of Team USA that year. They were not stars. Suddenly, 12 years later, you got the kind of players that are on the ice right now. Some of them won trophies in the NHL, all quality players.
Well, there are over 100 U.S. players played in the National Hockey League last year. 102, I believe it was. 1:02 to play. Canada still in a power play. LaFontaine can't get anywhere. Pocket knocked it away, and here's Mike Ramsey. Ramsey for the United States, but Brent Sutter checked him. Now Mark Johnson feeding it to Chelios, and Rochefort was there to break it up. Ramsey back to get it. 25 seconds left in the penalty. Shot into center ice. Brent Sutter for Canada, still on a power play. 20 seconds left in the penalty. 33 seconds left in the third period in the game. Brent Sutter tied up on the play. Sutter gets loose. 25 seconds left. And it's Crossman feeding it out on right wing to Tocchet. Tocchet flipping it in. Chelios back to get it to knock it away from Goulet. Brook is back on. 13 seconds left. Van Beesbrook trying to get off. Here comes Carpenter. Pokes it in. Fuhr cleared it away. Now Bourque cleared it to Goulet. Trying to get it out. 4 seconds left. Tocchet gets it. Shoots it down the ice. Game is over. And Canada remains undefeated. They defeat the United States 3-2 here in Hamilton.
Well, they finally began to look a little bit like a team. It took the United States to press them and push them into the kind of a game they gave the fans.